Happy Friday, Sooner Nation. Welcome to the Sooner Surge. It's a podcast that tells it like it is. We appreciate all those who continually, day after day after day, join us each and every night. Yes, each and every night, because we are on each and every night at 9:30. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, thanks for joining us again. SEC Media preseason poll is out. We just talked yesterday, Jay, about believing the hype and that there's a lot of national attention for OU. Inside the SEC media, OU today predicted to finish 10th in the conference out of 16 teams. You can see it across the bottom on the ticker, the order that they were predicted to finish according to SEC media. They did get 3 first-place votes, which I thought was kind of laughable. But, Jay, no one on the all-SEC first team, not shocked by that. I will say anyone who's going to come on here and say, I just can't believe Mateer nowhere on that first team or second team. I can name 4 quarterbacks that have been in the SEC that probably – now, I get the Arch hype is a little much, though, Jay, but they're not finishing 10th. I agree with Jay Johnson. Look at the poll down there. The first 4, I think, are accurate. I think that's a good top 4. I think from 5, South Carolina, Florida, Ole Miss, A&M, Tennessee, Oklahoma. I'm not going to put Auburn there. 5 to 11, Jay, wide open.
I think it is wide open. I mean, OU could finish anywhere in between those.
Or better.
Yeah, or better. That's right. And I see everybody on here tonight. A lot of the usuals, Austin, KB, Jen, Cage Goated, Mess, 918, Chester. Welcome. It's going to be a good night. 918 says, can't believe we picked to finish 10th. Everyone talking about the hype. Well, I think what's different, though, is, I mean, this was SEC media. When I talk about, I mean, I was talking about hype the other day. I'm talking about guys like, compared to last year, I think J.D. Pickle, I think last year had OU winning 7 games. I think he's at 9-3 this year. I know the other Josh Pate, I think, is pretty high on Oklahoma. I mean, but I was surprised, honestly.
Where would you rank him, Jay?
I think I'd rank him about 7.
I have him 5 to 7.
5 to 7 is where I would kind of go. But that doesn't mean, I mean, they could finish top 4, Jerm.
Hunter says that Cole Kluber ranked all week about OU.
Real quick, I think you got to understand 8-4 and 9-3, 1 game difference in the win column may drop you 5 spots in the conference standings. I'm serious.
I got something. And yeah, and Sooner Thrawn says Uncle Lou 9-3, Pate 9-3, SEC Mike 9-3. Look at the rankings on the ticker across your screen, guys. Texas, I think, ends up 10-2, probably. The winner of this conference is not going to be better than 10-2, in my opinion. So I think if you're 9-3, you're right there at the top. 8-4, you're going to be mid-tier, 7 to 10 ranked.
Hey, I see Will's comment. I agree with maybe Ole Miss being overrated. I think, however, and you guys might totally disagree with this, but I think Texas A&M, they're going to be knocking on the door of the playoff.
Because of their schedule?
Schedule's pretty easy, and I think they're good. So I think they're going to be knocking right on the door of the playoff. I don't see A&M finishing where they got him 9th. No, they're going to be higher than that, my opinion.
Now, Sooner fan would like to do more rapid fire call-in sessions like we did last night. We'll have to do that again. Hey, phone lines will be open every night. You can always call in and keep it rapid fire. Jay, I still think it's better to be disrespected or feel like you're disrespected on OU side because this is definitely going to have, light a fire, you could say. They should already have a fire lit. When you're as bad as they were last year, you don't need a preseason poll to light your fire. Come on. It should be lit how bad it was last year.
It lit your fire.
Oh, it lit a lot of fans' fire how bad it was last year.
What did you think about the preseason? Any players that surprised you? Did you think? I mean, I know I saw a lot of people on Twitter talking about R. Mason Thomas, but look at the guys they picked ahead of him. Those guys are really good too. I mean, so it's tough, man. It's tough. It's a loaded league.
Man, I get what you're saying. Let me repeat what I said. The winner of this conference will not be better than 10-2.
Hold up.
At Kentucky? Are you kidding?
What about at Kentucky?
Hey, I'll give you this, man. I'm looking at what you just put on there. At Ohio State, first game of the year. At Georgia. At Florida. At Kentucky. Neutral Oklahoma. 2 out of those 5 they're going to lose. That's 10-2.
Where do you have them finishing, Jerm?
I have them first.
I don't think they lose to Ohio State.
I think that's when you want to play Ohio State. That's when you want to play them. So
I think Texas beats Ohio State. But
yes, I got the rankings down there. Sooner Freak 29. OU is ranked 10th. You look at the rankings there, Jay. Again, this was media. This is media. Florida at 6 is absolutely shocking. And Ole Miss at 7 is as shocking as that one is. Because you want to talk about people who lost some players, that would be Ole Miss. Now, I get a lot of people are high on Simmons, but
I heard Barry Trammell today on the radio on Sports Animal there for his segment. And he had some interesting things he was saying about Ole Miss. He said last year in Ole Miss people, like Ole Miss, I guess, journalists and media said last year was the year for them. They spent so much money that this year, they said the next year our roster won't be as good. And they flat out told them, last year was the year, and they almost made the playoff. They didn't. I think a lot of people will say the Ole Miss as a full unit team-wise, they're not as talented as last year.
Correct.
They're still good. They're not as talented as last year. Florida was on the rise last year, if you remember near the end after
they
the first half of the season. But the thing about Florida, their schedule's not very easy.
Yeah, I agree. 918 thinks Lagway could find his way to New York. Hey, Sooner fan, you can't argue about Scotty Scheffler, although I didn't like what he said before the Open. I didn't like it.
Hold up but what do you mean you don't like what he said? I thought it was great.
Well, I'll get to it, Jay. Tennessee is definitely overrated to be ahead of OU, in other words. Shouldn't be ahead of OU. And that's a good point by Aaron about Texas only playing 7 games in the state of Texas. Scheffler basically said he's tired of the drive for winning. That's what he basically said. He's like, I don't even, I work all this to win championships, and then I don't not really the next day. It's not that.
Okay, answer this question. How can you sit here and just praise OU softball because you say they don't have the pressure on them because it's not everything to them? It's not everything.
Oh, I agree that he's not putting as much pressure on them when he says that.
So what was wrong with what he said?
I think coming from an individual sport like that, Jay, and I guess it's because it's totally opposite of what Tiger was, the drive. I mean, I love everything about Scotty Scheffler, stands for family, stands for his faith, all those things. I just thought it was a weird interview, I thought. I don't
know. There was something I was going to get to. I'll get to it here in a little bit. What's up?
Colin says,
go Sooners, baby.
Colin says, too high, South Carolina, too low, Oklahoma, and A&M. Also, I didn't know who voted Vanderbilt number 1. Well, hey, if you're going to ask who voted Vanderbilt number 1, find out who the 3 people that voted OU number 1 is.
Well, I can probably guess who Vanderbilt's was.
Who's that?
Had to be somebody from Vanderbilt media, right?
Oh, I'm sure.
So
I love what he stands for, Scotty Scheffler. I just thought it was a little strange right before the Open.
I didn't think it was strange at all. Actually.
Yeah, Sooners are going to have to prove themselves, and let's call a spade, everyone. The reason they're ranked 10th is there's a lot of good teams in front of them, and people aren't forgetting last year. People aren't forgetting what's happened under BV. Hunter, I agree it was transparent. I thought it was weird right before the British Open. Thought it was weird. You guys are taking things way out of context of what I'm saying. I never said he's awful. I never said messed up on how he handled the media. Like I said, it's a little strange right before the Open. It came across of like, he wasn't really all in on this weekend.
Let me bring something up that I read today on Twitter.
But he is all in because he's dominating.
Where my camera went. Let me bring something up that I read on Twitter today. And I know I reference him a lot, but I just think he speaks facts, and it's Caden McFarland. Now, I don't know if you saw this or not, but Caden McFarland on Twitter said he's leaning 8-4 for Oklahoma. Says, I absolutely understand the optimism around OU football, but here's a reminder of what the Sooners have done after arguably the 4 best wins of the Venables era. Now, listen to this. In 2022, they beat Nebraska 49-14. Okay? The games that followed that, they lost 41-34 to K-State at home. They lost 55-24 to TCU, and then 49-0 to Texas. Okay? Go to the next year, 2023. The big Texas win. OU wins 34-31. Next 3 games, UCF at home, they squeak it out, 2-point conversion there, if you remember, 31-29. Then lose to Kansas, 38-33. Lose to Oklahoma State, 27-24 that year. Okay? Go last year, 2024. There were 2 big wins last year. Auburn and Alabama. Auburn, following that, 34-3 to Texas, 35-9 to South Carolina, 26-14 Ole Miss. And then they beat Bama 24-3, follow that up, losing by 20 to LSU and losing to Navy. So a lot of optimism, but like he says, and we talked about it last night, got to see it on the field consistently. I thought it was pretty good facts that he put out there.
That's great facts, and that's the word, consistency. They have here. This is another. OU has proven they can compete with big time opponents and with teams who have big time players and big time talent. Teams that are more talented than OU. They've proven they can hang with them and beat them. Bama was an example last year, but they don't have it consistently.
Yeah, and Chuck, I agree with you 1,000% here. I agree. You have your opinion, I have mine. But I do think, like, if he's picking him 8-4, I'm kind of at 8-4 is kind of where I'm at. I know Jeremy, I think maybe he's at 9-3. I've heard a lot of people at 9-3, and I've heard a lot of people at 8-4. To be honest, I haven't heard a lot of people below 8-4, and I haven't heard a lot of people above 9-3. I've heard the majority of people in that range. Have you, Jerm, kind of in that same kind of range? And to me, when you're kind of looking at similar records at the end of the year by one game, either 8-4 or 9-3, a lot of times it comes down to the close games, the coaching in those close games, and and the playmaking ability specifically by quarterbacks. So we'll see what happens this year. I want to see it on the field. Michigan game. That's where I'm waiting to see what this team's made of. I think we'll see it in Michigan. I think that's when you're going to see some things, what they're made of.
I think I keep glitching, but hey, Jay, like Johnson says, Michigan's the game that's going to set the tone. Go off what your stats you just read or from Caden McFarland. They may beat Michigan, but then it's got to be what's going to happen next.
Correct. That's it. It can't be, you have a huge win and then what happens after. Hey, Sooner fan, I don't care about we'll see if they would make the playoffs, but to me, 9-3 record with this schedule would be such a big improvement from last year. So, I'd be disappointed though. I'd be disappointed because I want to make the playoffs. Sorry, Jeremy, you can fold your arms all you want. You're glitching out, so I didn't know you were talking. So,
I know. I don't know. I'm mad at it. Hey, but what I was saying is, it depends on the 9-3. It depends on who you lose to and how you lose.
Well, and also I think most OU fans, they want to it's a 12-team playoff. Most OU fans think OU should be in a playoff in a 12-team playoff every year. So I think there'll be a lot of disappointed people. OU should be no worse than 4-1. I agree with that. I mean, they really kind of need to be undefeated. You can't lose to Michigan at home. You got to win that game. You got to win that game at home. I know they're a good team, but you got to win it.
I keep glitching, man.
Yeah, Joe said he said 10-2, and there has been some. I'm just saying the majority. KJ Godis says, I think Manny and Material both have most of their struggles in the first half of the season, and barring injury, they will both be playing well by season's end. I can agree with that, KJ Godid. I can agree with that. Well, it's been a long 2 years, 918. And I don't know if it's fingers crossed. I think it's more like, well, I got to see it to believe it. I'm not crossing my fingers. I need to see it on the field. That's all, 918. And let's be honest, that schedule when they went 10-2 was cake compared to what they're facing now. It's not even, you can't even compare it. That schedule with UCF, I mean, drawing blanks on how many easy teams they played that year, but totally different than now. But I see what you're saying. 8-4 should never be acceptable at OU. I agree. I mean, it's OU. You want to be better than that for sure.
Return trip and says he'd be okay with 8-4. I will never. I'm going to say this. I'll never be okay with 8-4 OU, ever. I mean, you compare it to last year, you can say, yeah, it's an improvement, and it is, but I'm not okay with it. I don't think any Sooner fans ever okay with 8-4. If Sooner fans were okay with 8-4, Gary Gibbs would still be coaching.
Fair.
And return trip. So here's the deal. If they're 8-4, I've got Texas, Bama, Tennessee. If you lose those 3 games, you're proving that you can't win on the road if you add another loss. Let's say South Carolina. Let's just say they lose Texas, Bama, Tennessee, South Carolina, and they go 8-4. You know what you're saying? You can't win road games.
Yeah,
that's what you're saying. Oh, you can't win road games.
Yeah, and 918. You know, we talked about this the other night, and I'm with you. I'm the fan that's on this. I'm the fan that's on. I don't care about who they play, the tough schedule. I bring it. I was that way before they went to the SEC. I wanted them to play Alabama. I wanted them to play Georgia. I wanted them to play LSU. I wanted it. So I can't back off the hill now. Bring it. Just got to show up and play better and win those games. That's what I want as an OU fan. I want to be the alpha. I want to be the alpha. I don't want to be 4th in the SEC. I don't want to be 10th in the SEC. As a fan, I want to be the top dog. So easier said than done, but that's what you should shoot for, and that's what you should strive for.
And if you play those tough teams and win and get to the playoff, you're better prepared. But Platone asks, 7-5, 8-4, 9-3, which one gets Venables fired or not fired? Personally, I think here's what I'll say: 7-5, he's gone. I don't think there's a way he survives at 7-5. 8-4, I think administration, everyone will keep him. I'm not saying they should though. 9-3 is for sure here for extension probably.
Well, and how much of it depends on the new AD? Any of it?
Could.
Very well could.
Don't forget Josie's still going to be there.
Johnson said if he's 1A, he's not getting fired.
Aaron, I think the committee would look at strength of schedule if there were 3 teams at 9-3 coming from the SEC for, let's say, the last spot.
Okay, but we talked about this the other night. With the teams that are up at the top of the conference, probably, OU plays them all except Georgia. Like Alabama, LSU, Texas. So if those are the games you lose, you're not getting in because they're going to have head-to-head over you.
Not if you beat them and lose to others.
Did you hear anything that just came out of my mouth? I said,
yes.
If you lose to them, you're not getting in over them.
Depends on who them are, though.
Jerm, if you lose to Alabama and you both have 3 losses, Alabama's going to get in over OU.
I'm going to give you a scenario, Jay. Let's say there's 3 teams at 9-3. Alabama, South Carolina, OU. OU goes to South Carolina, beats them. They lose at Bama. South Carolina beats Bama. This has been an issue. You're going to go to the team with the toughest schedule at that point.
Well, if there's a three-way tie and you've all beaten each other, I could understand that. Yeah, they'll look at schedule. I get
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get
That's
that.
what I'm saying.
Hey,
Joe
if we
says that
went 10-2 in
Jason,
the Big 12. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I was saying that season was cake, but OU played SC tough last year without an offense. We have not now. I agree they played some games tough, but there are some games they just got lambasted because of bad offense. Med says, Jerm, I don't trust the selection committee to do anything but some bizarre political selection again. Well, I mean, I don't necessarily trust the committee either. I can't say I trust them either.
Yeah, but you can't. There's nothing you can do about it. And then that's when the schedule that a lot of fans are complaining about, that's when it could be in your favor, is if you go out there and perform. I mean, Missouri and Ole Miss, perfect example. Last year, Ole Miss should have been in the playoff, period, bar none, end of discussion. With that schedule, they lost to Kentucky early in the year, and then when they needed to get a win down the end, all they got to do is beat Florida, and they get beat. So they had a chance last year. They just couldn't get over the hump, man. Couldn't win those big games. When you have those easy schedule, you can't really afford to slip up any games.
Correct.
There's a link.
There's the phone line. Check out the Fan Stop at thefanstop.com. Sign up for the Shirt of the Month Club. Today's July 18th. 2 days from now is the 20th. If you don't sign up by the 20th, you will not get the August Shirt of the Month Club, which is right there on your screen. Sign up. Use code SURGE. Get 10% off your first 3 months. Do it. Let us know if you do it as well. We'd love to know who's a member of the Shirt of the Month Club. Jay's wearing the hat that you can only get at the Fan Stop. KJ Goded says, for me, our schedule is the reason 8-4 could still be a solid season as good as third. Again, 8-4 is not going to be third. I promise you not. I promise 8-4 will not be third place in the SEC. But I'm also going to say this, KJ Goded. If 8-4 is what OU ends up, what we're basically saying is they cannot win on the road. Because likely the 4 losses are going to be those games I mentioned earlier. And that's not a good look if OU can't win on the road. It's not a good look. That's not – championship teams win on the road and at home. They win both. They don't just win at home and lose their road games. Okay? That's not how it works. 8-4, it'd be a solid season at home. They beat some good teams. That means they beat LSU at home. They beat some doggone good teams. But that is not championship material, and it won't be third place.
Hey, I mentioned earlier, A&M's picked, 9th? Now, they play Notre Dame non-conference, but listen to this SEC schedule. Are you ready? This is
ready.
This is A&M's SEC games. Auburn at Texas A&M. Mississippi State at Texas A&M. Florida at Texas A&M. Texas A&M at Arkansas. Texas A&M at LSU. Texas A&M at Missouri. South Carolina at Texas A&M. And then Texas A&M at Texas. I mean, I'm looking at their SEC schedule.
You're losing 4 games.
Oh, I don't know. No chance in the SEC, Jerm. None.
What?
They're losing at the max 3, I think.
At Texas, at LSU's 2 right there.
That's right. What other one?
They'll probably slip up like A&M always does against Missouri on the road, and they'll probably lose a home game.
Well, they could. I'm just saying it's a pretty.
It'll be 8-4. 8-4.
Oh, we'll see. Hey, we got Chester on the line. What's up, Chester? How you doing tonight, man?
We got 2 callers.
Hey, this is probably a bad idea. I'm at work, but I got an argument to pick with Jeremy.
All right.
Bring it.
Lydell Carr, great runner. Probably the best running fullback in the history of the game. But I'm sorry, Kenny King is the best fullback ever at Wishbone. Period.
I trust
Why
Chester.
that?
He knows that. He knows the
Fight
history.
me. Fight me.
No, I'm asking him why.
Well, number one, he was a terrific runner himself. But, man, he sprung a ton of the great Billy Sims' blocks, man. A lot of his runs.
That's true. That's true.
I would agree that King is the better blocker, but growing
Oh,
up,
yeah,
I just remember
definitely.
Lydell
There's no
Carr
doubt
used to
about that.
run.
he was a great runner too. They just didn't utilize him as much as they did Carr because, admittedly, Carr was such a great runner. He probably should have been the tailback back then.
Did you watch the Wishbone Show on SEC Network?
No, why would I watch that? If it ain't Oklahoma Wishbone, who cares?
It was a documentary on it.
Yeah, well, just
Yes.
OU or the Wishbone in general.
Mainly OU.
No, well then I guess I'll need to watch it then.
You need to check it out. If anybody watched it, I got it recorded. I haven't watched it yet. But it was
I
on
mean,
last
why do we need to watch it? We saw it live.
Well, it was about the history of it and how it got into, everything. You probably already know it though. So,
Hey, one other thing I want to get at before I have to go in here and get used. When Beat 'em Bo fails this year, are y'all going to jump on the wagon?
I guess I would if you jump on the other
I don't
wagon
think
if
they're
they
gonna
do
fail.
good. How about that?
Well,
How about
I'm saying,
that?
you guys tell me, not you guys, but people in the chat, his recruiting been amazing for 3 years, blah, blah, blah. So when it does bad again this year, what's the excuse?
Well, you got to prove it on the field now. You got dudes now. You got to show it.
How long is it going to take for the Beat 'em Bo line to gel this year? Game 9, game 8, hopefully by game 3, but
Hey,
I hope by game 2. Hope by game
Chester.
2.
hey,
Chester,
one other thing, this app changed. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, if Beat 'em Bo, if they're bad this year, I'll admit they're bad, but he didn't forget how to coach, in my opinion. What were you saying about
Well,
the
I'm just saying, EPL's a monster. You recruited 2 amazing freshmen. You and I both know freshmen ain't going to start, but yeah, it's Sexton and Taylor who are high-end recruits. All them other guys. If it don't work this year, I'm sorry, but it's time to move on.
We'll find out sooner rather than later.
Anyways, I gotta go. Y'all boot me out because this app has changed and I don't even know how to use it anymore.
All right, we'll get you, man. Have a good night, man.
We'll get you out of here. Thanks, Chester.
We got Colin on the line. Colin in. What's up?
How you guys
We
doing?
got Colin followed by Chuck. Colin, what's going on?
It's all C's. Chester, Colin, Chuck.
But yeah, when I was just thinking about our schedule and record prediction, and I think I'm going to settle with 9-3 or 10-2 because I think looking at our home games, I think we can win all our home games.
So which game would you think they're still? So if they win all their home games, you're still going to have to, out of the road games at Alabama, Tennessee, and then you got the Texas neutral site, and then South Carolina. You're saying they're going to win at least 2 of those 4?
I think they can. Looking at history, Texas is always a toss-up.
Yeah.
There's been years where a team like OU's like 3-2 and Texas is 5-0 and OU comes in and beats them. That game is a toss-up, but again, I'm still unproven from Texas side with all the talent they lost, and I'm not really an arch believer. And not saying he can't be good, but it's kind of like material. You have to kind of see it against that competition and see him. And then the other road games, I think we can possibly still win South Carolina.
Yeah, it's just too early for me to say that until I see him play.
I think I was more nervous about Tennessee before Nico left.
Yeah, for sure.
But of course, I think the biggest factor is for most people is not the team; it's more the environment.
Yeah, that's where John Mateer, an experienced quarterback, comes into play. So
yeah, and then with O-line gelling, I think the biggest key for that happening and for us to see better O-line play is get your starters and who you're going to have week 1 and rock with them and develop them and stick with them because they're only going to get better the more they play together. We can't go into last season like we did where every week's a new lineup where we're switching in and out of because O-line, 99% of that besides technique is communication.
Yeah, you got to be more
when everyone's playing with each other for the first time that game or that week, they can't really communicate that well.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I think the best thing is just sticking with their starters or who they feel like will have the best give them the best edge on the offensive line and stick with them.
Yep, you got to do that, and they got to do that early this year. But
Because we
But-
saw
Jay-
what happened with last year with Arnold and Hawkins, where they kept going back and forth. It's like eventually you just have to stick with one and rock with them.
yeah, as long as they're performing decent. I mean,
Because
I'm
They're gonna
probably
make-
in the minority
they're going to make those mistakes, and
because
sometimes those mistakes they get better at through those experiences.
yeah, I mean, sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. But I see what you're saying though, Colin. Hey, appreciate it, man. We got
All
two
right.
more on here. We'll get to. We got Chuck and then followed by John. Thanks for the call, Colin. What's up, Chuck? What's going on?
What's going on, guys? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, man. This call is really not about me. It's more about you and the Surgeaholics, okay?
Okay.
First of all, you guys, as much as you guys have been going through and jumping on here and spreading your love to the Surgeaholics, man, that's awesome. So we keep you lifted up in prayer about your dad
Appreciate
and
that.
about your sister.
Appreciate
Second,
it.
second
Thank
of
you.
all, I want to publicly apologize to Chester. I don't know what it was that I said, but I definitely want to publicly apologize to Chester, and we may bury the hatchet and keep things moving. And last but not least, Boomer Sooner is going to have an awesome year this year.
Oh,
Be awesome. So I think we'll at least win. I think we'll at least win 10.
look at that.
So,
Hey, that would
yes,
be
sir.
amazing, Chester.
Love that
Chuck.
call.
That would be amazing.
Well, you guys be blessed, all right?
Hey, thanks, Chuck.
Thank you.
Okay.
Man,
What
that's
a call that
great-
was.
Yeah, great call.
Great call. Appreciate the
appreciate it,
prayers,
Chuck. And the positivity. Look at that. 10 wins. And
positivity.
I don't know if Chester's still on here, but Chester, that's kudos to Chuck, man, for apologizing. I don't even know
what. I don't even know what needed to be buried. I don't even know what it was.
I don't either. I mean, I did see in the comments where Chester said I guess he blocked him, but he didn't know he did block him. So I don't know what's going on,
Hey,
but no loss
Jay.
of love.
Hey, before we click Johnson here, and Johnson had a great call last night, I've got to say something in response to what Colin said, and I'm sure I'm in the minority here. There is no way that they should play one line against Illinois State. They need to play 10 or 12 guys. Some guys are gamers. Like, if you just go with 5 guys you've seen at practice and you roll them out there, of course they're going to look great against Illinois State. You've got to play 10 guys and see who really is going to do something.
Yeah, I think you're in the minority there. They're going to play guys, but they're going to know who their 5 are. Jeremy, they're going to play guys, but they're going to know their 5. I would think by game 1. If you don't know,
to bring a guy in. Don't be scared to bring a guy in against Michigan. Is my point.
they're going to play them all. I get it, but they ought to know.
I'm so
their 5
tired of
game.
the O-line having a jail comment. I'm tired of them.
Hey, let's get to
It's
Johnson.
just give us some position. You play who's performing. You don't have to jail. They're not holding hands. They're holding hands on the line.
Jeremy, it does matter for the offensive line. Gelling does, but let's get to Johnson. What's up?
Hey, Jeremy, you're absolutely right. We need to play them just like the Thunder play all 10 players. We need to get fired up. The offensive line's going to get going. I guarantee you right now. I guarantee I'm going to call the shot right now. OU will beat Tennessee on the road. They will beat Tennessee. They'll beat the Braves. They should have beat them last year with the subpar offense. They're going to beat Tennessee. Get ready and knock it down. They hired Seth. They hired Seth on their staff. What a joke. What a joke.
Didn't they hire Landry Jones too?
They are a joke. I guarantee you. Tennessee is overrated. Their quarterback, they're going to play the quarterback from Appalachian State, the redshirt freshman. They are in trouble. I guarantee you, OU will beat Tennessee. And that will set the tone for the season. Michigan is the tone. Hey, we'll beat Tennessee. I guarantee it.
What do you got them at for the year record? Do you have a prediction yet?
I think 8-4, maybe 9-3, but I guarantee you they will beat Tennessee. They'll beat Tennessee. When I heard they hired Seth, I started laughing. What a joke. They will beat Tennessee, baby. I guarantee it. Mark it down. You can go to the bank and put the money on it. They'll beat Tennessee. They'll beat Tennessee.
That's right.
They may lose to South Carolina. They may lose to Texas. They may lose to LSU. They'll beat Alabama too. Get ready because they're going to. This offensive line, they just need to play more players. You were right, Jeremy. They need to play more players early and get it going. But I guarantee you they'll beat Tennessee. I have a good feeling about that. What do you think about that?
I like it. I do think Tennessee's in a little bit more trouble with the quarterback situation. I would agree.
They're overrated. They're overrated. Oh, you beat them last year.
Not to mention,
if Arnold wouldn't have fumbled at the 5-yard line, they win the ball game.
That's true.
They win the ball game.
Hey,
turnover.
The other thing is Josh Heupel is not great at winning big games.
Well, he is at home. He's won big games at home, Jerm.
Okay.
But
hey, we've had
great
success in Tennessee. We went down there. We came back with Baker Mayfield and Shepard, and we beat them. We're going to beat them again. It's going to be funny when they beat them again. That's going to be a laughing stock right there.
hey,
Get ready.
Wait.
Tennessee loses the OU, baby.
Can't wait, Johnson.
All right. Y'all have a
Appreciate
good
you,
night,
man.
baby.
Appreciate you, man. Have a good night. Hey, Germ, love the passion there. Sound like you, Chuck says. Hey, Germ, you're bringing up O-line. Give me 2 names, in your opinion, on the O-line that might surprise you this year.
Well, okay. Let me get back to what I was saying, though, and I'll include those names in it. Let's just say they don't start Fasuzi. Okay? Let's just say they don't. And let's say a guy like give me another name besides Fasuzi who might not start. Ozida, let's say. Ozida, let's say. You've got to play him in week 1 to get him on the field 1 and just see what they can do. And I saw KJ goaded about, well, they got to know other people's tendencies. You have to know the tendency of the man across from you. That's it. You don't need to know what you're like. You play with the guys enough. You got to know where the blitz are coming from. I agree. And the center calls that a lot, but I don't agree with they got to know what each other's doing all the time. Come on.
But Jerm, who are you waiting to see, though? Like as far as if you know you
8 guys, Jay.
Jeremy, there's a couple guys, Fasuzi and Foji. The rest of the guys played last year. You kind of know how they are in a game. Now,
Ozida didn't play a lot of the year.
I agree, Ozida, but I like Ozida a lot.
Same.
And you know who else I like? Howland. I know he got beat last year a lot, but they were very high on Howland when he came in.
I guess this is what I'm trying to say. You cannot be afraid to yank someone just because they're in your starting 5 and you want to keep the unit together. Is that a better way of saying it?
Okay, but would you agree that, don't you think by game 1, Bill Beatenbow would kind of know who his 5 are? He's not waiting till Illinois State and be like, well, I don't know now. We may have to change
You're
things
missing
up.
the point, Jason. You're missing the point.
I'm going off what you
He's
said.
going to know. He's going to know who his 5 are, Jay, by practice.
So if you're telling me that wait, hold up. So if you're telling me just play a bunch of people because they're playing Illinois State, well, yeah, that's what you do against scrub teams. You play everybody. What's the point?
What I'm saying is just because a guy practices doesn't mean he's a gamer.
But give me an example of a guy. You saw all of them last year in games, except Foji and Fasuzi.
We haven't seen
transfers.
Makula. We didn't see a lot of Ozida.
You saw quite a bit of Ozida.
Jay, my point is, Jay, if Jacob Sexton gets out there and isn't cutting it, just because he was in your top 5 going into the first game doesn't mean he should still be there.
I agree with you there.
You can bench linemen. That's what I'm saying. Bench linemen if they're not getting the job done.
I agree. A lot of people saying Daniel Akinkumi on here, and they didn't mention him. I think there's a lot of people's high on Simmons. I've seen more and more people getting really just positive views on Simmons. So
wait, I'm confused on some things. People are saying Parker Thune said that the Brit might start over Everett. He's not playing center.
I didn't see that anywhere.
Sooner Thron says Thune thinks the Brit might start over Everett. Now, someone else said Thune said that McCullough may start over Everett. Guys, I heard what John Mateer said. He elevated Troy Everett. He talked about how impressed he was with Troy Everett. I don't see them benching Troy Everett. Sorry.
I don't know. I mean, I just think they need to have it figured out early. That's all. I mean, maybe if Daniel could be there, maybe they would move him to center. I don't know. Heck, I don't know what they're going to do O-line. I mean, a couple of guys from last year. I'm going to just mention a couple of guys. I want to get your thoughts. Howland and Ozida. They were playing last year on the left side of the line. As the season went on, I thought they got better push, especially in the run game. I did. Now, Howland still had a lot of work to do on the pass rush. He was getting beat a lot. Maybe it's communication. Maybe it was he was too slow in the first step. I don't know. But I do like both of those guys moving. Like, they're only going to be, like, what, sophomores? So, redshirt sophomores, whatever. But I don't know who the five are going to be yet. That's what we got to wait and see. I don't know who they are.
Well, I can tell you, I just don't see a world that Troy Everett's not the starting center. And Fanstop asked if Everett would play guard. His first position was guard, but they're not moving him out of center. He's going to play center unless someone.
What about Sexton? Are they going to play him at guard or tackle? No, don't know.
That's a question. Who else, Jay? Platone asked, who else has played center besides Everett and Asosa? McCullough.
I would think probably Hollenbeck, but he's a true freshman.
McCullough.
Yeah, Austin, feel free to call in, man. Nobody going to judge you.
McCullough is the guy they brought in from Stanford.
They brought in two Stanford guys.
I believe McCullough was the center, though. So
yeah, McCullough's center. Howland is huge. Not sure he can contribute in 2025 is what Mess says. Now,
and yes, Dent had a minor surgery. And Dent, from what I've heard, no one's really mentioning him playing much this year.
And I liked him last year when he got in there. I thought he should have played more last year with, what is it, Spencer Brown? Give me a break.
And Chris Rhodes says, keep the main thing, ladies and gents. We're missing the main thing. There was no identity. There's leadership now. The O-line should be better because of that. I agree. Should be.
What was I going to get to? I see Kyle dropping the prediction from EPL. I think EPL, you got to pencil him in. He's a definite starter.
He better be.
He better be. I agree. And I can't remember who said it in the chat earlier. O-line, I think it was Johnson. O-line and wide receiver will be a lot better, and that means his team will be better. Yeah, those two position groups have to be. Could there be a surprise position group on this team? Where I'm leaning? Could the tight end room be better than make a big improvement that nobody's expecting?
It could, although Jim Nagy.
Could Caden Helms be the guy that figured it out? Maybe he is, or he's starting to get some buzz, Jerm.
Jim Nagy did not like that they lost Bauer Sharp, though. I saw that.
Hey, let me get a trivia real quick. Trivia.
Check out the FanStop. TheFanStop.com. You can choose the best shirt of the month package that suits you best, whether it's long sleeve shirts or one that has a few hoodies in it. But to get the August shirt of the month club, you got to sign up for the shirt of the month club by July 20th. So you got 2 days to do it. Use code SURGE, get 10% off. There is the August shirt of the month club. You also get a welcome shirt when you sign up. It's a great deal. Check them out, thefanstop.com. Hit us with trivia, Jay.
Here we go for trivia tonight. Last year, there was a specific play. It was a fake punt. Luke Elzinga had a little run jump pass to Mr. Bauer Sharp, who was just mentioned. How many yards did that go for? This is a gimme.
Exact number, huh?
Huh? It's a gimme, Jerm, if you think about it. It's a gimme.
I think I know it.
Not 69, Peter. Not Sydney Sweeney, Devin. Not 20. It's pretty easy if you
Johnson.
think about. And there it is. I mean, how many more days are we till football? Right?
Oh, really?
43.
Yeah.
And that's the answer. 43 yards. It might have been the longest completion of that game. Hey, appreciate that, Johnson. Johnson, appreciate that.
Yeah, Johnson, thanks for the super. Appreciate the $5 super. Johnson says having a real OC will help this offense. Plus, Kevin Wilson will help the O-line. OU beats Tennessee, and he's saying it again. Guys, if you're taking betting advice, listen to Johnson. He's pretty adamant on this one.
Yeah, he's I unload on Tennessee. I mean,
I know that's a game you want to go to, Jay. That's a game you want to go to.
I might go down there. I really might.
It's closer to you than it is to me.
Correct. It is. It's on my out of SEC venues to watch a game in. It's high on my list. And you know what?
End zone is great.
And there's a lot of other. I mean, it's just a cool place to go visit as far as the game. But there's also a lot of things to do around there. I think it would be a great weekend trip. It's one of those stadiums that holds 100,000 people. I mean, it's just electric atmosphere. And to be honest, Tennessee fans are pretty classy compared to some of the other ones in the SEC. So I think it'd be a good experience all around.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of good experiences, it's another good experience tonight on the Surge, Jay.
That's right. That's right. Had some good calls tonight. Passionate calls. I mean, look at Chuck calling in and just apologizing for, I don't even know what him and Chester were in a beef about, but he apologized, said he's praying for us and our family. And then Boomer Sooner, 10-2, baby. Great calls. Johnson, passionate, Colin, Chester. Who else we missing? Was one more, wasn't there? Or is that it? Maybe that was it. But appreciate everybody calling in and the chat. I mean, the chat, you guys rocked it tonight, as always, with all the comments and all the topics to discuss. If there's anything you want to discuss, maybe position group wise, we'll hit it up tomorrow night. We'll be back. Be back at 9:30 tomorrow, our usual time, 9:30 Saturday night. Hope you join us. We are another day closer to football. Can't believe it. We are almost to August. You know what? 43 days away from game. You know how many days away from fall camp? Do you know this, Jerm? How about
what?
How about 13? Fall camp right around the corner, man. Right around the corner. So we will talk to you guys tomorrow night. Appreciate you joining us. Have a great Saturday. Stay cool somewhat because it's a hot one out there. So we'll talk to you tomorrow. See you later.